Okay, just going to quickly run through some of the things you might want to know once you've dropped all this into your map and stuff, and how you can fine tune it a little bit and edit it to work with whatever you've got planned. Okay, so one of the first things you'll want to do is reinforcements. I've added no totals here, same with the score, so effectively everything's free at the moment, so you'll want to associate a cost for each different squad. Now the way each squad's associated with the buttons is pretty simple. Simply gone through, and whoever's tagged squad 1, whenever you call in squad 1, those will be the guys who are chosen. And that's the same for each squad. So you can mix up your squads to suit whatever you want, just simply by changing squad names associated. You'll see, like this fella here, he's available to a variety of different squads. Now also, with the way buttons are shown, got the hide infantry and show infantry triggers here, which all tie into functions which are called. So basically, show you some of those functions. So with the show, there's this infantry level going on here, which basically, if it's an infantry level 4, it'll show everything in that list. If it's only 3, it'll only show above. Now, that infantry level is initially set at the beginning of the mission, and set it to whatever you want. So if it's set to 1, it'll only show the first couple of the level 1 buttons, which I've structured everything so it hopefully makes sense. So if that's set on 1, and I press start, I'll only show buttons for level 1. Now, finish that. Set that 3. Start. Show buttons for level 3. So, which is most of them. Only a couple missing for level 4. I think 1 actually. So what you can do is, as you're having your mission unfold, you could have, if you capture a certain point, you could use the command you'd use would be the set command, and you'd select that variable, and you can alter what units are available. Same if you've got a position held, you might be at value 3. If that position gets taken, you might drop back to value 2 and only not have as many units available. So it's a controlling factor, what gets shown in the menu at any given time. Okay, also with your squads, you can actually adjust squad size, what's called in, very simply by changing the number here. So 7, squad 1, that's how many are going to be called in. So if I was to change that to 2, and squad 1 is that one, it's simply going to call in 2. Now it works the other way too. Even though there's only about 7 or 8 units on the map that are squad 1, if I made that value 15, for example, it will be out 15, and it's doing that with still selecting them there. It takes a while with 15. It's my squad spawner function here. So first thing it does, when I call the function, I've given it which squad to look at. It goes through and it looks to see if there's a squad leader, and it'll spawn in one of them first, and then that one gets tagged as being used. And then it reduces the squad size by 1. Then it goes through this looping system where the squad size is still greater than 0. It'll go through and it'll select from the rest of the units labelled squad 1 each time, giving them the use tag. And if it gets to the point here where it looks at, and if there's none left in that squad without the use tag, then take the use tag off all of them so that there are more to spawn in. So there's no limit to how many you could actually call in if you really wanted. And 100 guys if your computer could handle that. What else do you need to know? Okay, it'd be good to know that the infantry spawn points, and talked about earlier in videos that you can have more than one. But if you had capture point where you wanted to capture that point, then be able to spawn people from there, you could have a point there sitting, you could make it inactive. So only active points will be chosen as part of the system. For example, it's the same if there's two conditions for a point to be chosen as one of the points your players can spawn from. It either has to have the player tag, and it has to be active point, so it can't be inactive, in other words hidden. So if I remove the player tag from there, then it won't call in from that spot. This one's closer. So you can actually turn points on and off during your game mission using entity state to either remove the tag player. I have another script I'm working on, or have used in the past, which I change that tag from player to enemy, and that governs whether an enemy can spawn at that position or whether the player. And that's how some of my capture position missions have been put together. So yeah, you can govern and switch them on and off as active places you can spawn from. That'd be pretty handy if you made a mission where you're using zones. Sorry, not zones, using clips where you capture and kill all the bad guys in an area, and then a new part of the map might open up, and then you'll turn off the first spawn points and turn on some new ones that start at the beginning of the next clip. Things like that you can do with this. It makes it easy to integrate all them options. Okay, well, thanks for watching.